Hello, I'm wbz-tv meteorologist Barry Burbank, and I've got your forecast for the next several days for this holiday week. First, a little post-mortem, what happened a year ago, because this is astonishing just how much cold weather we had. Do you remember what happened starting just after Christmas? The snow fell during Christmas Day, briefly in a few inches, and then the cold Arctic air took over after that. All these blue squares, look how cold it was at the tail end of December last year and into January. December was a very cold month, thanks especially to this very cold week as we concluded that month. And then we go into January, and look how cold the first week of January was. Really frigid stuff in there. We had 13 days in Boston when it was absolutely incredibly cold. One of the coldest stretches, long stretches on record. In fact, we had 6 consecutive days when the temperature failed to get above 20 degrees in Boston. That is just remarkable. But then after that, the second week of January, we went into a meltdown with temperatures going up into the 60s, near or just over 60 with rain. So the temperatures were all over the place. Roller coaster ride of great magnitude last year. Is that going to be happening again this time around, this week or the next week? Well, in the short term, I don't expect any roller coaster ride like that because of the jet stream. The jet stream is not going to allow the really frigid air to come out of Canada, at least initially. As we get deeper into January, that may happen, but at least for now, as we go through this upcoming holiday week, the jet stream is actually going to change around, so that by the time we get the next more substantial storm coming in here, it's likely to be a rain producer system here, and that would be happening on Friday, but maybe enough cold air in far northern New England over the northern mountains to create some snow. Speaking of snow, if you're traveling for Christmas Eve day, any long distance, taking jets across the country, it doesn't look like many weather woes in the nation. Fortunately, we can have times this time of the year when we've got major storms, blizzards going on in places, severe thunderstorms, flooding rains, but this time around, there's a system out west producing some rain on the west coast. For tomorrow, some snows, scattered areas of the Intermountain region out there, and patchy snow from parts of the Great Lakes and down into New England. But that's about it. Nothing really much else is going on across the nation tomorrow, and the temperatures will be pretty decent for this time of the year. There could be much worse, but it is obviously going to be cold across the northern states. As you can see, some of these highs for Christmas Eve day ranging up to the 60s in Texas, 70s in parts of central and southern Florida, and the 60s in southern portions of California. So that's the deal. Let's talk about today. Let's talk about our good weather for today. Basically bright and sunny all day long. As we get to kickoff, it's going to be around 41 degrees at Gillette Stadium. Sunny and dry with a breeze at times, but nothing really that strong. Mostly 10 miles an hour or less this afternoon, and slowly starting to trickle back down, cool off a tad by the time we get deeper into the fourth quarter. So your highs across New England today will be in the lower 40s near the coast, near just a little bit over 40 in some Metro West communities, ranging down to the 30s as you head out into Worcester County. And across the country today, the temperatures quite pleasant indeed. It could be below zero this time of the year across especially some of the northern states, but instead 29 in Minneapolis to 71 in New Orleans today. There's that system moving in on the west coast. Here's another weak system here, which probably is going to eventually cause us to have a little bit of snow in the air tomorrow from time to time, and maybe just enough if it comes down hard enough to whiten the ground, but I don't think that's going to be accumulating much. So we get that high cloudiness coming in tonight from that, so we have the moon rising at 5:32 this evening, and then the moon will start to become filtered as some of this cloudiness comes in during the evening. And then in the early morning hours, we get some of that light snow breaking out here and there, but not amounting to all that much. So temperatures tonight will fall down to the upper 20s to near 30, similar to last night's lows. And then during tomorrow, some patches of snow migrating around, but not amounting to much. Another disturbance late in the afternoon may actually spike the snow, may make it come down a little bit harder briefly again as that disturbance moves on through, and then it'll clear out after that coming up. So later Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day will be on the sunny side. So as far as snow amounts, just scattered coatings, maybe more than that in some upslope areas of the Green Mountains, the Berkshires, perhaps the Monadnock region. That would be just about it with your high temperatures tomorrow, mostly in the 37 to 39 range. And looking ahead to this holiday week, it looks like after a bit of snow in the air and maybe whitening the ground a little bit in places tomorrow, Christmas Day will be sunny and cold. and with a light to moderate breeze. On the day after Christmas, 37 on Wednesday for a high, sunshine, few afternoon clouds, and then clouding over by late Thursday, and that storm on Friday, destined to be a rainmaker here in much of southern New England, but may start as a wintry mix northern Massachusetts north, and then it may actually stay as a lot of snow, at least a few to several inches across the far northern mountains. Let's hope that works out for the skiers and snowboarders up there. That's the way it's shaping up right now. Have a nice holiday week.